Hey friends, Ryan here, and today I want to talk about bad Bricklink sellers. So, I did get my camera to work finally. However, I still have not got my lights back, so it's a little dark, but we're trying. We're getting there. So anyway, the one I want to talk about today is based out of, I don't remember, the Netherlands. They have 18,000 something. I think it's Netherlands. They have 18,000 something feedback, 19 somewhere in there. I have done over 350, probably closer to 400 Bricklink orders over the years. And this one in particular was for 8 clocks. 8 of these little Lego clocks up here that I didn't have, which is crazy. Apparently they're the newer ones, obviously, but anyway. So I, got him in my cart, looked at his shipping terms, and he didn't charge fees, which is great, because most of the ones do from across the way over there. But he charged, I want to say it was 60 euros, 50, no, it was 50 euros for a package that heavy to ship over here, which I thought, okay, that kind of puts it at the top of my price cut off for these. So I said, okay, I'll do it just because there's so many of them and I'll cut it out all at once. So I placed the order. So then I got an invoice about 3 days later from him with the final shipping cost, and it was about 100 euros. So, well, let me back up. I got that invoice, and then I also sent him a note that said, look, some of these clocks are very similar, especially the ones, there's like a Batman and a Superman or something that are pretty similar, and there's very subtle differences. So I asked him to make sure that he, looked at those and got the right ones. Okay, so that didn't work. All right, I turned this bright ass light on my camera on. Now that looks better, but you can tell, no, I didn't take a shower today, and I got pretty sunburned yesterday on my run with my sunglasses and my headband. Anyway, the point is, yeah, he told me no, I'm not going to check the subtleties. It is what it is, and not directly, but that is what he meant. So I thought, okay, well, I guess I'm going to just return it if he messes it up. But then he tacked that $50 shipping charge on. So I emailed him and I said, look, man, this is almost double what you've got on your about page for shipping, right? And he says, well, if you don't, I'm paraphrasing, if you don't pay this, it's probably going to take forever, months, if it ever shows up. So, don't pay it if you don't want to. Here's another invoice. But yeah, if you don't want to pay for this, then that's fine. So after he did that, I, said, okay, cool. He's okay if we don't do this, because the shipping is so much that, he's arbitrarily going to charge me this extra $50 in shipping. I mean, that's like $4 or $5 each clock, right? So I canceled it. I sent in a cancellation request, and he replied, no, and sent me another invoice. So I said, look, I sent in another cancel and said, look, we agreed to this. You said I could cancel it if I want to. So I sent it back in. And he replied again, said, no, we never had an agreement. Pay it. So I let it go for about a week, and he sent me or what did I do? I forget if I did that or if I sent in another cancellation request, but anyway, about a week and a half later, I got this non-paying bidder alert with a death threat from Bricklink that basically said, if you don't pay this person, we're going to slap you on the wrist. So it was, I think the first 2 times they were warning, and the third time was like a permanent ban. So I thought, whatever, I don't really care. And so I thought about it for another 2 or 3 days and thought, no, I'm not going to let this dickhead do this, because looking at his feedback, he's got, several times over the past however many months it is that he's reported non-paying bidder. or yeah, buyer, whatever it is. So I can only assume that those people are in the same boat that I was, that he's trying to overcharge them arbitrarily for shipping and threaten to hold your items hostage until you pay him. So I thought no. So I replied to his non-paying bidder case with probably 3 or 4 paragraph explanation of what actually happened, and that was it. So a week and a half later, I finally got I don't know if it expired, or if he accepted it, or if Bricklink reviewed it, or what, but they canceled it, and I did not get my wrist slap. But he did immediately leave me a warning, non-paying bidder feedback, which is like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I mean, if you're a buyer, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, feedback. But anyway, so I went on there and, at a spite, left a warning in the few 80 characters or whatever that I had that, this is what happened. So yeah. Anyway, my point is, let me know if you've had bad experiences like this and what you've done about it, or how you think I could help fix it for next time. Because like I said, I've had like 350, I think my feedback's right at 350, and obviously that doesn't include the duplicate orders from the same seller over, God, it's been like 10 or 12 years now. But anyway, yeah, I've had a couple experiences where they've either left something out or I had to have a partial refund, but I've never had one that's just a blatant dick. And I get the feeling that this happens to him a lot, as quickly and harshly as he responded without even wanting to discuss it. So anyway, yeah, let me know what your bad experiences are, how you fixed it, and if you've even had any. Most of the Bricklink sellers are pretty cool. So yeah, that's a bummer. But keep it real. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.